hello, Brian. This is for my vlog.
Daddy.
Car's loaded.
Welcome to the house.
What are your thoughts on having to furniture shop? How do you feel today ended?
Alana needs to be a millionaire. Quick. Pay me back. Thanks.
Welcome back to my channel, alananarciss. Today's video, as you read in the title, is about me moving. I wanted to share this experience with you all because I feel like it's a great time. I've gotten adjusted to this new opportunity and this new place in my life, and I just wanted to share with you all what I've learned so far on my journey of a postgraduate, also trying to find a job, and this new life in a new city. One of my themes that I came up with for this video is that everything has a season. I was on my job search, which was a very, very long journey. It lasted longer than I ever expected it to, but I'm so grateful that it is over and that I'm getting ready to move to a brand new city and adjust to a new job and a new career. And I am truly, truly blessed because of the struggle that I went through to get to this new start in my life. While I was on my job search, I visited my aunt one day, and she was just asking me how things were going, and I told her, I'm like, auntie, I'm still looking for a job, I'm struggling. And she's like, Alana, why don't you go read Ecclesiastes chapter 3? And I'm like, okay, I'll go read it. Being obedient, I went to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 that same night, and I started to read it, and I'm like, ooh, this really, really applies to my job search and struggling and just my life story in general. That the title for the third chapter starts off with everything has its time. And I thought this was so appropriate, you know, with me starting a new journey in my life, and then also talking about me struggling to find a job. I feel like this right now, this moment in time is my season. After struggling, after having such a rough year these past 2 years of losing my mother, graduated from college, and then now this new journey of starting my career, it's been 2 years filled of both ups and a lot of downs. But you know, one thing about it, I look at it in a positive light, that you know what, after all I've been through, I am still here. I am still able to encourage somebody else who might be going through the same thing as me, or who is getting ready to go through similar things that I've been through. And verse 1 starts off with, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck what is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And I go down to verse 14, and it says, I know that whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing taken away from it. God does it that men should fear before him. That last verse, let me read that one again. I know that whatever God does, it shall be forever. Nothing can be added to it and nothing taken from it. God does it that men should fear before him. Y'all, I don't know if that spoke to y'all, but that spoke to me. Like, whatever God has for you, it's going to be for you. No woman, no man, no one, I don't care what their name, their title is, can take what God has destined for you and has called upon your name. When I was on my job search, it seemed like I was almost getting my foot in the door. It just seemed like every single opportunity I had, it was just like I was almost, like I'm at the final 3, I'm at the final 2, like this could be an opportunity for me. And then when I didn't get the position or I didn't get the role, I was upset, thinking, you know, all the time that I spent interviewing with this company and then to be let down and having such high hopes and not get the job. I was upset. But then now, looking back on my experience, I'm thankful for everything that I went through, because I know what God had for me, no one could have taken that away from me. No one can take that away from me. No one will take what God has for me. And the opportunity that I have now, I look at how things have aligned, how I was able just to be able to move and move to a new city, have the finances, the resources, you know, and the support from my family just to get up and just move my entire life to a completely different area is amazing. And you know, sometimes you might not understand, like, why God, why is it taking me so long? Like, it took me months. I remember being at that 3-month period, that 3 and 4 month period of not having a job and interviewing for a company, and I'm just like, God, I'll take anything. I'll take anything that's convenient or easy for me to get. And I began to settle. I settled at first for a job that was 7 miles away from my house, and it was for an amazing company, but I knew deep down in my heart it wasn't going to be somewhere that I felt like I could grow in my career, or it wasn't even in the career field that I felt like I could potentially grow in, or you know, could see myself doing in the future. And I settled. You know, me personally, I settled. I'm like, look, it's paying good, it's a job, and it's not far from my house. I can start there. I'm willing to work there and work my way up. But God saw that wasn't the opportunity for me. Something unfortunately happened with that particular position close to home, where I did end up working there. And you know, at first I thought, like, dang, this is a door that was closed in my face. But then I had to think about it again. I'm like, no, this was never an opportunity for me in the first place. Because like the scripture says, when God does something, no one can take away what God has already done or add to it. So that left me with the thought of, that was never the opportunity for me, because God opens up a door. He's not going to open it halfway. God's going to open it all the way, so I can just walk right on in. If it's a blessing for me, I know that I won't have to stress out about how I'm going to get there or how I'm going to make ends meet, because I know God is going to allow me to come up with a plan organized that whenever I do get to that potential place in my life, I'm prepared for it. And I feel like God allowed me to have that time. I had such a long, like I said, it was a long journey, but a lot of things happened over that course. Over the course of being out of college and unemployed, my father lost 2 brothers, and I was able to be there to console my father through the loss of his brothers, and also one of his sister-in-laws died as well. And I think back on it now, I'm like, you never know what God had intended or what the situation could have been had I not been at home to be there with my father during the time of loss of him losing both his brother and his sister-in-law. So I'm grateful to have been there for my father, to be able to be in my cousin's wedding last month, to just be around my family and to have that love and that support, and have people from my community uplifting me, putting me on their prayer list. Everything from everybody thinking about me when they saw jobs, having friends that reached out to me. Like, let me tell y'all something, it's amazing. The people you keep in your circle, it's important, because when you're down, you need people that's going to uplift you. And when I say the people that are in my life and in my circle, they have uplifted me, and they're the reason why I'm in the position I am in today. Like, I would not be the person I am. I want to just stop for a moment and just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my dad. Dad, I thank you so much for investing so much into me, not only financially, because we know all those those flights to get to those interviews were not cheap, especially those last minute flights of a week before. Yeah, I seriously want to thank you so much, Dad, because you have been my rock for the past 2 years. Ever since we lost Mom, like, Dad, you have been my rock, and I cannot thank you enough for just everything, just financially, mentally, physically, just being there when I need you to be there. I want to just say thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. And to my sister, Kim, woo, girl, I know I'm expensive. I'm like a child to you. You have also invested a lot, not only financially but mentally, emotionally, into my career, into me as a woman. And I just want to thank you, because there's not a lot of family members and people out there in general like you who would do that for me. And I know you would do this to my other siblings or anyone. I know that this is just your heart. Your heart is just so kind, and I just cannot thank you enough, because I literally would not be where I am without you and Dad. And also to my brother Brian, I thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to be able to come to your house every single weekend and just crash at your place and take up all your air conditioning and watch your TV and be with the kids and just being that mental support. I just cannot thank you enough. And also add on to that, my brother's wife, Tevi, I cannot thank you so much for being there for me as well, and allow me to use your place to do my interviews. And I just want to thank you so much. And to my little sister Seema, thank you so much for allowing me to use your room to do a Skype interview one time. I thank you so much. You've been such an amazing little sister, everything I've ever asked for in a little sister, and I'm so blessed to have you. And just talking to you about my job search every single time I had an interview. Thank you for listening and being such a great little sister. To all my uncles and aunts and just cousins and my entire family all together, thank you guys for everything, just all over the years, especially these past 2 years. You guys have truly uplifted me, and I would not be the woman I am today had it not been for you guys. And I'm just so blessed that when I tell people, I'm like, my family, I'm so close with my family, you guys do not even understand it. You guys know everything. You guys know some of you guys know all my business, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. And to everybody, you know, my friends, all you guys, there's so many of you guys, to those who allowed me to stay at your houses while I was on my job search, my friends in DC, my family friend in Texas, everyone who allowed me to crash at their place, who sent me information about jobs, to all my references. Shout out to my references, because you're the real reason why I am employed now. You guys know who you are. I put you down on every single job I applied for, and I know you guys are probably tired of me, but please do know I thank you so much, and I cannot wait to pass this forward and be able to help someone else in the future, just like you all have helped me. I just cannot thank you all enough. To my church family, I can't leave you guys out. I thank you guys so much for being prayerful during this time. I thank you guys. You guys are not only just my church family, but you guys are like blood to me, and I love you guys. To everyone, and just in general, just to wrap this up, just to anyone who has helped me along the way, not only just college but everything, just thank you for everything, for investing in me, because this is just the beginning. Also, to those who I might have forgot to tell that I was moving, hey you guys, I've moved. I not only want to use this time to just say thank you, but also to those that I might have forgot to tell that I was moving. Yeah, I had a lot going on. It's been a crazy year, so please don't get offended that I didn't tell you I was moving. It was a spur of the moment kind of thing, and there are a lot of family members who don't know I moved as well, and this video will be the first time that they're hearing about it, and I'm probably going to receive a phone call as soon as I upload this video. But do know that my heart was in the right place, and that I wasn't trying to do this intentionally. It's just sometimes when you're doing things. This is for anybody out there who's out there making moves or planning to do things with their life. Sometimes you don't have time to talk about it. You just have time to do it or make actions to prepare for that situation or that thing that you're trying to accomplish in life. And so some people will get left out on knowing your plans or knowing what you're going to do. They'll find out later. So, you know, it's nothing personal. It's not, I'm not fooling with you type thing. It's just, it's something I have to do for myself, that if I was moving, I wanted to move and just get settled and or be on my way to moving before I announce that, hey, I'm moving. I'm moving out of the state of Mississippi. So I love you guys, and I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Be sure, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, to subscribe. And I appreciate all you guys for watching, and much love to you all.